Welcome. It's Friday, October 29th. I'm going to get right into it tonight, guys. There's a lot there's a lot going on. It's going to get even crazier from here on out, folks. Okay. Last Wednesday, 2 days ago, Richard Cordray testified before the House Subcommittee on Higher Education, Workforce, da da da. Finally, I can now tell you, I don't know if you remember, about a month ago, I was saying that we were waiting for the White House to do something imminently, and that was it. I couldn't say anything at the time, but now the cat's out of the bag. So Richard Cordray testified on Wednesday, and he said that they are looking into very seriously things that they can do about how they handle bankruptcy for federal student loans in bankruptcy court. So for those of you who don't know, we've been pushing since, going back years now. During the presidential campaign, we successfully were able to push Elizabeth Warren to include the return of bankruptcy protections into her presidential campaign. Not only did she promise to fight for the repeal of this one line of code through Congress, she also promised that on day one, she would issue an executive order calling on the Department of Education to stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. So good on us. But the really good thing about this is that Joe Biden, as he was about to lock up the nomination, agreed. He endorsed Elizabeth Warren's bankruptcy plan. So, folks, Joe Biden took on Elizabeth Warren's bankruptcy agenda. And part of that agenda was to issue an executive order calling on the department to stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. That's a big deal, guys. I know it's a mouthful, but it's very, very significant. So Joe Biden won the election, and literally, I think the day after the election, and well before the election, we were all over him about canceling student loans by returning bankruptcy to student loans by executive order. And if you read our petition, we're calling for cancellation by executive order, and that absolutely has to happen. But we also call for him to do that executive order. So, anyways, I'm very glad to say that Richard Cordray, the guy who runs the federal student loan program, on Wednesday said that they are very seriously considering it. I guess I can tell you guys now. I mean, it's kind of out there. So, I have James Cavall, the deputy undersecretary who just took office about a month and a half ago. He promised me that he would be fighting hard for that executive order, and so now I think that we're right on the cusp of that becoming a reality. So it's very significant. It's not good yet. It won't be good until it happens, because we're not there yet, folks. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, throw them out. Hey, Gavindrij, nice to see you. Heather, hey. And by the way, if you can't see subtitles on this live stream, it's because for some reason I can't find the stupid control to make the stupid subtitles happen. I saw them one time, now I don't see them. So sorry about that, but I'll try and add them in after the fact. So, yeah, dudes, this is very big news. And remember, nobody wants to file for bankruptcy. It's a terrible thing to have to do. But I can tell you that without getting the threat of bankruptcy back on our side, I don't think we're going to see any kind of meaningful student loan cancellation. Only with the threat of bankruptcy out there is President Biden going to say, oh, okay, I actually have to start canceling some loans now. Only then will the Department of Education be like, oh, okay, we actually have to start canceling some loans now. The public service, the various existing programs. But guys, the key to this whole thing is bankruptcy. It has been, we realized that decades ago, and we are so freaking close now. Now is the time for us to be doubling, quadrupling down on this very significant, very important point. So to that end, if you look down, we are tweeting a couple of things today. Retweet those tweets. Just click on the link. It goes to our petition, but you can see 2 tweets, very key. I want to just pummel them this weekend and even into Monday, Tuesday of next week. We have to put maximum pressure on the president right now We have to put maximum pressure on Congress right now to pass S-2598, that bill that will return bankruptcy protections to student loans. So important, guys. I just can't tell you. Hey, we have a comment here. Heather says, I found the live stream but had to search for it. Just appealed the removal. Oh, okay. Yeah, lots of stuff is going on. As we are now so close, guys. I can taste it. 16 years, guys. I can taste it. I've never said that before. Hey, Ann Bartas here. Some weird things are going on in the background. Some people we appear to be getting sort of like shadow banned, or our people are getting shadow suspended on Twitter. We're still trying to get to the bottom of that. Our Facebook page was unpublished for the second time by Facebook, which I don't understand. I looked at the violation criteria: sexual exploitation, bullying, advocating violence. I can't remember all the things, but we were doing none of those things. Not even one, nothing. None of those things were we doing. But yet Facebook, and maybe the Facebook bots or whatever, we're getting screwed with, guys. So now more than ever, you become very important. We have to be ready for the eventuality of you never know. You never know when the internet's going to turn against you. And so just remember, guys, we got this. Our persons become so important. Like, word of mouth becomes so important. I don't know what's going to happen, guys, but I do know that the strongest thing we have are living, breathing souls out there. People, living, breathing human beings with souls and with mouths and with telephones and email. So yeah, guys, it's time for, I hope everybody out there is ready to really start rocking and rolling. If you're not working or part-time working, I'd strongly urge you to make this sort of a part-time job. What can you do right now to get a Republican governor to literally sit down and meet with us? It doesn't have to be them. It could be their staff. What can you do right now or over the next couple of weeks to push all that Twitter stuff we're doing? Just make it go viral. Spend an hour a day, like posting links to our stuff, retweeting our stuff to very important people like governors, like Republican senators, like the president's wife, and the president's the president's circle, inner circle, Mark Meadows, etc. Quick comment. Heather mentioned we're 2 days away from Halloween. See these really awesome pumpkins behind me? We are doing a pumpkin carving contest, and realistically, we need to get our entries into this contest by like today or tomorrow. So carve a fun pumpkin like that. You can see the sword says student loans on it and stuff. Do that. We're actually putting up a $50 gift certificate to the winner, which we've never done. And it's kind of cheesy, I know, but okay. Do that. It'll be fun, and hopefully we'll get some mileage out of it. Heather also says telling the truth too much. Maybe that's what we're doing, Heather. I don't know. But guys, we got this. The founding fathers are on our side. We are saying exactly the same things today, which is the truth. We stick 1,000% to the truth, and we go to great lengths to only and absolutely tell the truth, and we are rarely wrong. In fact, I can count the number of times we've said something that was not true, like on 2 fingers over 16 years. So yeah, and Heather says walk into their office. I think she's talking about Republican governors, senators, etc. Yeah, there's no substitute for eyeball-to-eyeball meetings, or even voice-to-voice meetings also is powerful. There's a million things everybody can do according to their own skills, talents, your location, your own special connections. But just remember, guys, right now, bankruptcy is job one. Nobody wants to file for bankruptcy. It's a terrible thing to have to do. But the founding fathers realized many years ago that we got to have the threat of bankruptcy back on our side in order to keep the lending side in check. So, hey, Govindrij says, I have made President Clinton's team aware of canceling student loans completely. I love that, Govindrij. I love that. That's a sort of out of the box thing that I love that idea. You know, President Clinton's got a little bit of baggage on this. Bill Clinton. He signed the amendments to the Higher Education Act in 1998, which took bankruptcy permanently away from federal student loans. So he's not a knight in shining armor here. And just as I assume he's a good man, he seems like a good man to me. He should be worried about this country, and he should have he should be troubled with what he saw happen with the student loan thing while he was in office. And he should feel maybe a little bit culpable, and so too for Hillary. You know, and again, Hillary was good for a minute, but she kind of phoned it in that last election. The first time, 2008, she was far better. But yeah, the Clintons, they should be helping us. The Obamas absolutely should be helping us. You know, I could go on here. Nearly $1 trillion was added onto the nation's student loan debt tab under 8 years of Obama-Biden. So Obama needs to be feeling really bad about this. The very minimum he can be doing is calling for a presidential executive order right now returning bankruptcy to the loans, but also calling on Congress to pass S-2598 and make it happen more officially. And also H.R. 4907, by the way, guys, 2 bills, S-2598, H.R. 4907. That second bill is for private loans. That becomes very important for a lot of people out there. Heather Taylor says, President Carter. Heck yes, I love that. I have sent letters to the Carter Center. I have sent emails to them. I've never actually called them on the phone yet, but I leave it to maybe other people out there to do that. President Carter is a good man, I think. I think most of our past presidents are generally good men. President Carter should be helping us. You know, it was on his watch that bankruptcy was originally screwed with by people like Junior Senator Joe Biden. And again, I hold out a lot of hope for Joe Biden as well, guys. I really do. We're seeing his administration finally starting to not just say some of the right things, but actually do some of the right things. I hope very much that I can say some very kind, nice, thankful, grateful things about President Biden and his administration. We're right on the cusp now, guys. So I'm very hopeful. So things are getting really busy, guys. Now more than ever, we need to double down. And I know a lot of people hate Twitter, but Twitter seems to be working pretty well for us right now. There is no substitute for emails as well. You know, you directly contacting Republican governors, telling them to tell the president to cancel loans. Republican senators telling a Republican senator or 49 to sponsor and fight for S-2598, telling, and I know I keep saying Republican because honestly, guys, that's where we're weak. The Republicans have historically opposed us, and there's no good reason for that. This is a big government problem that no conservative should be cheerleading for. But guys, I have to acknowledge the reality is that they are. I mean, look, and I will paste the link to Richard Cordray's testimony. Look at that hearing, and you will see that the Republicans, but for maybe one or two exceptions, they are carrying the water for the collection companies, for the for-profit lending companies like Navient, Sallie Mae, Nelnet, etc. They are not on our side yet. I mean, a few are. People like, I don't know, John Katko, Matt Gaetz, Senator John Cornyn, Senator Josh Hawley. There are some good Republicans out there saying what we're saying, which is that this is a big government mess. People like the former Republican Trump appointee, Wayne Johnson, who ran the federal lending program. He is saying almost exactly the thing that we're saying. Bankruptcy's got to be returned. Loans have got to be canceled broadly. We say loans need to be canceled completely, and this lending system needs to be ended. There's no better opportunity than this pandemic stimulus to end this lending program and come up with a better way to fund higher education in this country. But anyways, I digress. We don't want to get caught up in what the next higher education model should look like. Right now, the most important thing that anybody can be doing is fighting for bankruptcy, number one, fighting for student loan cancellation, number two. And, you know, I'm all for free college. I'm all for any number of models that will allow our citizens to get a college education if they are smart, regardless of their financial wherewithal. I would like to see college free for people who couldn't afford it. I would like to see college free for everybody. Why not? Look at any other country, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Germany, on and on and on. Mexico, Russia, like Cuba, like even communist countries. College is free, so, you know, we can do it. It's not freaking rocket science. But having said that, we're agnostic, guys. We have seen the debate about what the next higher education funding model should look like suck all the air out of the room. So the way I look at it is this. The next higher education funding thing, that's the next problem. And the next problem, we'll deal with that. Maybe we as a group will. I don't know. I can't tell the future. What I know is that right now, the current problem is the one that is wrecking 38 or 40 of the 45 million people in the country with student loan debt. So if you're looking at, say, there's a house. You're looking at a house right next to a vacant lot, right? The house is on fire. There are people inside the house. What do? Do you go to the vacant lot and start building another house? Or do you maybe try and put out the fire in the house that's on fire and maybe save the people inside? I think you'd probably do the second thing. So that's kind of the way I look at that. Star Hargrove says, don't listen to what they say, listen to what they do. That's exactly right, Star. And only now am I finally seeing concrete actions that the administration is actually doing. Like this public service overhaul, I still don't trust it, but it's actually a significant thing. So the jury's out on it. We'll see. The legislation that we now have to fight for under John Cornyn, Josh Hawley, Dick Durbin, that's a real thing. But again, the executive order we saw Richard Cordray talk about, that's a significant thing. But none of those things have happened yet. Like everybody hoping to get public service has not gotten their loans canceled yet. People hoping to be able to file bankruptcy and have their loans treated the same as all other loans in bankruptcy court, that has not happened yet, guys. So while I can taste victory for the first time in 16 years, I'm not holding it in my hands, guys, and neither are you. So just remember that. So country said, Heather, who happens to be in France, by the way, where I think college costs like about some ridiculously low amount of money per semester, like 300 francs or $300 or something. She knows what's up. Govinder says, absolutely right, and we can put that up for debate with political parties. Right. Let's solve this thing right now. If I were president, I would end the lending system. I would cancel all federally owned student loans. I would end the lending system. I would either fire or possibly fire and investigate the unelected bureaucrats that have been running this lending scam for the past many decades. But I would end the lending system. I would do a year hiatus where instead of giving out student loans, instead of giving out $100 billion a year in student loans, we'd instead just give directly the colleges, say, I don't know, something less than that, like $75 billion, and use that year to force Congress to come up with a better, more fair, more obvious, more natural, lower priced way to fund college in this country. That's what I would do. When you're in a car crash and it's over a certain amount of damage, it makes no sense to try and fix the car. And that's where we're at with this lending catastrophe. The federal student loan system is done, guys. It's toast. It just is, by all rational metrics. Only half the people were able to pay before the pandemic. Almost nobody is paying now. And not even probably 25% of the people are going to resume paying when February 1st rolls around. This lending system needs to be taken and thrown on the scrap heap of failed U.S. policy experiments. Historically failed U.S. policy experiments. It needs to go away. We can do better than this. So that's what I would do if I were president. But the lack of political will in Washington, D.C. and among our political elite generally is pretty bad. So, income-based repayments were a train wreck as well, Star says. Yeah, yes. All of the loan cancellation, loan forgiveness programs that we've seen over the past years and decades have been stunning failures. You know, millions of people tried for various income contingent repayment plans. Of those millions of people who tried, 32 people, like easily they could fit in my freaking living room here, are the number of people who actually qualified for their loans to be canceled. So we're done, guys. The lending system's broke. No fixing it. You heard it here first. And we're so close, guys. We're so close. We need you helping more than ever. The one thing we've learned over the years, guys, is that when you do nothing, nothing happens. One person can achieve huge amounts. I mean, Heather single-handedly has totally kicked ass. I could spend probably 10 minutes talking about all the things Heather has done in just the past 4 months. Whether it's getting our page together, which hopefully will be back up at some point. Getting us rocking and rolling on Instagram, TikTok, that pumpkin contest I mentioned. Getting us great film screenings. By the way, check out our film, scaredtodethmovie.com. Getting our film screened in Paris. Various alliances she's done. I mean, she's done a tremendous amount. She's just one person. I could go on here, but one person can get a lot done. Even if it's only spending not even 15 minutes a day doing our daily actions, like Twitter stuff. It takes seconds. Like most of our daily actions probably take no more than about a minute and a half. Most of it's on Twitter. Go to our website, go to our daily update, and you can see all those daily actions. Heck, go there right now and do the past month's worth of daily actions. If you have Twitter and email, you can pretty much do, I think, all of the actions nearly. So it's not hard, but everybody's got to do something, guys, something. Because if nobody does anything, nothing happens. If everybody does a tiny bit of thing, and everything happens. There's such great strength in numbers, guys. We've got over 1 million people on our petition now. We've got 20,000 people on this group, 30,000 people on our other platforms or more. This is not hard, guys, but you've got to own this problem. Because if you sit back and wait and watch and worry and assume that somebody else is going to pull your weight for you, you will not like the results. And anybody who's been with our group for more than about 3 or 4 years knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I know this isn't a particularly pleasant fight, but guys, I'm telling you, it's fun. It's actually fun. And now that we're winning, it should be getting a lot more fun. So tell your friends, tell everybody you know about this group. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. We're fighting the best, most noble, I guess, dignified, most important battle of our generation, in my humble opinion. You should be proud to be fighting this fight. The founders are on our side. 45 million people are on our side, whether they know about us or not, and they won't know until you tell them. And even the people who aren't on our side, hey, you need to pay your loans, I pay mine, you pay. Even those people, if you actually talk to them for a minute and they actually listen, they very quickly come around to understanding our side and even agreeing with it 70, 80% of the time. So we got this, guys. We got this. There's no good reason for you not to be helping us fight. And you should feel guilty if you're not, by the way, because I'm busting my ass. Heather, Star, other people on this group, they're doing the yeoman's work that we need them to do on any given day. Hundreds, thousands of people are doing what needs to be done. So this is not entertainment, guys. We're not here. We're not trying to sell anything here. In the famous words of fictional character from that movie, that bankruptcy or that bank robbery movie, Heat, Val Kilmer, his wife, the cop who was talking to his wife, he was trying to convince her to rat on her bank robber husband, and he was like, "Ma'am, I shouldn't have to sell you on this because this shit sells itself." So that's what I'm saying, guys. Pardon my French, and pardon the agonizingly long intro to that little bit. But guys, I shouldn't have to be begging and pleading you to fight your battle. This battle. This is your battle. This is your family's battle, maybe. This is your kids' battle, whether they know it or not. And we are the pioneers. This group right here, as unlikely as it may seem, we are the motive. We are the driving force behind all of the stuff that I just talked about. So if we do nothing, nothing's going to happen. If all of us do something, we win. And we can get these predatory loans behind us and finally understand what it means to be kind of free. At least a little more financially free, not be conquered and enslaved. I'm 51 years old, guys. I'm done with this. I'm ready to be done. You should be too. I don't care how old you are. And remember, it's not just us that we're fighting for. It's tens or hundreds of millions of people who are going to follow in our footsteps. So maybe I should just drop the mic with that. A couple of comments here, and then I'll wrap it up. Heather, good point. Historically, it takes 3.5% of a population to make change. We make up more than that. Yes. And, even the people on our petition, we as a functional group comprise over 2% of all federal student loan borrowers. So that's not nothing. If we could get up to 5% of all student loan borrowers, in other words, if our petition had, say, 3 million signatures, we'd be right there. Change.org/cancel student loans. Do what you can do, and I don't promote the petition nearly as much as I should, but do everything you can do to get everyone you know to sign that petition. That's a very easy thing within your control. There's a lot we cannot control, guys, but there's a lot of things that we can control. And we're asking you to do nothing more than things that you can control. So it's far better to spend your energy fighting than sitting around waiting, watching, and worrying and watching your hair fall out, right? Don't do that. Your energy is far better spent fighting this fight, this good fight that we're engaged in. Govindrij says, absolutely doable. For everything, time has to come. We are blessed to have Alan's leadership. Oh, well, that's very kind, Govindrij. I appreciate it. But, this ain't about me, guys. I can sit here all day long. I've been sitting here for 16 years doing everything I can. But, at some point, people need to step up. And if my actions have inspired you, well, that's great. But this problem will only get solved when you own this problem. Don't sit and wait and watch and worry. Get your hands dirty. It's a fight easily won. Many hands make heavy work light. So remember, go to our website, do it the past month's worth of our daily actions. And yeah, we're fighting for the future. This battle goes way beyond us, guys. And remember, student loans are just the camel's nose under the tent as well. They want to take bankruptcy away from student loans. If this is allowed to succeed, what's next? Medical debt? Yeah, probably. Credit card debt? Yeah, probably. Maybe all consumer debt for non-rich people may be uniquely stripped of the bankruptcy protections that the Founding Fathers called for ahead of the power to declare war and raise an army in the Constitution. So we can't let that happen, guys. We can't let this happen on our watch. This is our country right now, and hopefully we can leave it a better place for future generations. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there at that. But good luck. I'll be back on Sunday or Monday. Ed will be back on Tuesday. Check back frequently, guys. Check back on a daily basis. If nothing else, go to our website on a daily basis. Do those daily actions. We need you. We need you. Good luck. Have a great weekend. Godspeed. God bless everybody. Oh, and please donate if you can. Donate something. We're hoping to raise about $1,000 here in the next week or so. It's very important. StudentLoanJustice.org/donate. All right. Good night.